Oh, Elucide. The characters of the Normal Boots Club and Hidden Block Club are inspired by the performance personas of real-life Normal Boots and Hidden Block, group of YouTubers created with their permission. Despite this character's original fan-made creation and are heavily fictionalized, nothing contained herein should be okay. Whatever, you can pause and read that. Asagao Academy. Oh, beautiful. Top 10 anime openings. Beautiful. Straight up beautiful. Oh boy, it's the classroom. Those are definitely frame rates. There's Hannah. It looks like there's Peanut Butter Gamer. Don't know who that is. It looks... Is that... I think that's Gerard. I'm sorry. I wish I could have made it through this without you, John. Here, take my hand and don't let go, PBG. Don't forget, I will always come to help when you need me. I haven't seen enough. You can't be representing us like this. You captivate me, Hannah. No, the Hannah I know would never hurt another person. You don't understand. You just need to leave us out. I'm sorry. You're my best friend, May. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read fast. You know. Okay, I can't read fast. My fastest reading time is like 1 word a second. Okay, I'm not good at reading. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't know how to read things correctly. All right, jeez. I don't know what this is saying. Oh boy, the Hidden Block Club. Wait, is that Brutal Moose? I am confused. I'm scared. I don't know what kind of horrible rabbit hole I'm getting myself into. I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore. We haven't even started. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't... Well, alrighty then.
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
Well, thank you for that, Peanut Butter Gamer. Hello, everybody! My name is Ultra Gamer 63, and welcome to Asagao Academy, which is basically a normal boots dating simulator. For those of you who don't know what normal boots is, well, at least according to my research, it was created by Austin Hargrave and John Jafari, otherwise known as Peanut Butter Gamer, and John Tron, respectively. And basically, it was just like another video sharing platform. It was really good. They're still very prominent on YouTube. This is basically a dating simulator. As far as I know, this was made by Peanut Butter Gamer's wife. Maybe, I'm pretty sure it's his wife, Unicornism. If I'm wrong about any of this, please tell me. Anyway, this actually looks like a very promising dating simulator. So basically, we're gonna be dating the members of Normal Boots, and we're gonna play the hell out of this game. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 out of how many? The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading, and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It had almost been an hour, in fact, and he hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took to the counting buttons on the previously lush, calming cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, and so forth, over and over. And now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by, and sometimes smeared green would break the reveal of quiet blue, the Sea of Japan. Eventually, the rapidity of my stomach churned, and I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushions. 1, 2, 3... The train compartment shuddered around us. My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It was the school-issued blue that the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on the front. Hey, ProJared, is that you? So you're a first year, then? He folded his newspaper neatly and sat in his lap and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright. There was something about him. The way the light hit him, that made him look like he was almost sparkling. Jared's a vampire! It's confirmed! He's into Twilight! I will have you know, I wasted a whole 75 cents on the Twilight board game at a yard sale to support a volleyball team at my school. And I will have you know, that was the single worst purchase I ever made with my life. Me? Alright, I forgot it was a girl. Wait a minute! The pink hair! It fits! But I asked people on Twitter. They said they want me to put my hat back on starting in February. And guess what? It's February, so gotta put my hat back on. He glanced around the compartment empty beside us and laughed. Oh. No, I'm not a first year, I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels grinding against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing to keep it together. What kind of impression would I leave, puking on a student before I even arrived at the academy? A very bad one, I can tell you that. Wait, did I accidentally open something on my taskbar? The boy frowned and picked at the hem of my cotton shirt. Oh wait, no, I picked at the hem of my... That's not possible, I've never seen you before. It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response. It's because I'm a transfer student? He laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I actually can't really figure out how to replicate Jared's voice. At least I'm pretty sure this is Jared. I could be completely wrong. I removed the acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases for me reading as rereading as the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took and studied it, handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
That's great. Beautiful, Jared. Sorry, I accidentally opened HP Utility Center. Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around. He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. I stared out into the empty hallway of the train. It was then that I realized, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name. It was then that I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name, and I never got his. Oh. The train settled at the station, and I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering, the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the roads with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing around, adamantly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. It wasn't far to the school, and for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school-issued black Oxford clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake imagining what it would be like to walk the train station to Asagao Academy this first time. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. That somehow everything would be magically different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. By the time I reached the massive gate to the academy, I had forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school framed by the gate's twisted black metal was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw on its pamphlets. This was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around. The swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. Excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate, with great effort, creaked outwards and cleared the path. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. My stomach tied itself into knots. The crowd split off into different directions. For a moment, I panicked. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for first years. A cluster of fresh-faced students gathered around him. Hey, look at that girl! I turned a few feet away. A small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering. Pink hair? Are you kidding me? Boy! Look at me! Look at my hair! You are just jealous because you will never be as fabulous as I am! This is not just me trying to cover up my insecurities because I am playing a dating simulator instead of going out and meeting people and actually doing something with my life! How desperate can you get? Hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed and timed the shoes crunching against the gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign in the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asagao have? As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over.
Oh, must be my roommate!
Voice acting confirmed! I eyed her wearily. She was smugly and bouncing in a way that suggested her views or life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle. Okay, that's a stupid comparison. I'm sorry. I am sorry I said that. That was rude. That was uncalled for. I am not an excellent judge of taste. I played B-movie dating simulator. That's all I have to say about the matter.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received. Excuse me. Excuse me again. I thought back to the paper I had received a month prior to the list of all the supplies I needed for my dorm arrangements. Yes, that's right. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character. Beautiful. I'm sorry. What? When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus and I was already being mocked. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again. No, it's...
No. It's great. I'm sorry.
You can't just switch in and out between voice acting! You're half bumming it! You gotta full bum it or no bum it! You just... If you're gonna interrupt my beautiful interpretations of what these people sound like, then you go ahead and do that! I am a pathetic waste of life!
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh, gosh.
Yes, we are.
I'm Mai Sasuke. You must be Hana.
Yes! I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, May. Mai or May? Gonna go with May. All your school books are waiting in the room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. That is an offense that I can file a police report against that May! May started walking towards the dorm's front door. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in at the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. They'll offer a staff member to give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already, I hope you don't mind. I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know? She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me, and I hurried inside. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging fatigue niceties that were more often than not, "How was your break?" and "Look how tan you got." Seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed May as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last. Narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked to the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this really fast. You're not missing anything with the campus store, I promise. Mr. Saitomo does this every year, and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying to let this calm my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway on the 3rd. May stopped us in front of a door numbered 325. Here we are. It's beautiful! A faint smell of potpourri wafted into the room. The walls, like the hallway, were a soft, powdery pink. May already defaced them with a tapestry of posters and magazine cutouts and photographs. Some of the photos were of cats, but mostly of male models and rugged musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks and wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know how horribly itchy it was. I must have grimaced because May quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom got really mad because I brought 5 bags, but we were only there for a week. She laughed and pulled several blankets and pillows from her bunk and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection.
There, that's much better. Thanks, May. I placed my suitcase at the bottom of the bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. May opened the curtains and the sunlight poured in. So, where are you from? I slid the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here. It's a small town called Amarisu. You probably haven't heard of it. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bedside, and did you go to a different boarding school, or? No, I went to a public school down the street from my house. Public school? Yeah. What was that like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot, and my dad goes overseas. I think they stuck me here for convenience. Oh, hey, what's that? I removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. This? My mother... I am missing important information because I am too fast with my clicky finger. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks which I assume were provided for me.
Aww.
Wow! It's so pretty! Oh yeah, the lights! Let me get them! May went to her own desk and opened the drawer and pulled out a long, tangled string of fairy lights. Disgusting! I thought these would look nice. Here, help me string them up. She grabbed a container of pushmins, pulled them up to her wooden desk, and over to one wall. I did the same with my own. Together we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No. Not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
What?
Some guy? Was he cute? Oh yeah, he was a total beefcake, seriously. His chin was made of edges. His whole face was just straight lines. None of those filthy curves. Okay? It's all about edges. You gotta make it look like a real sexy anime guy, okay? Trust me. I am a master of sexy men, okay? Believe me. Believe me. No, I'm not. I just say these things so people will like me. I'm just a sad, pathetic person who dyed their hair pink months ago, hasn't dyed it back, hasn't tried to re-dye it, just wears the same shirt and hat every single day of his life. Cause he's an uncreative hack with no original ideas, and thinks that maybe having some kind of that wearing the same thing every day gives him some form of control in life. But in reality, we're all just floating along the river of life where none of us will ever be remembered. Sorry, been getting a little existential, okay? Personal junk has been going on. I'm playing, doing this event month is kind of opening up some old wounds. But when it comes to being a YouTuber, your personal happiness and well-being is worth nothing compared to the happiness of your audience. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't even get his name. May seem disappointed for a moment and then perked back up. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Oh, okay. Once we finish stringing those lights, May climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Yeah!
Done! Yes, indeed done. Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus and it's like out of this world. Well, school only lets us leave campus on weekends. May walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday and it's pretty nice, but I guess we might want to go to the cafe because we just got here. She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. Oh my gosh, Mimi Santos really just tripped outside and fell on her face. I saw it! Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Believe me, all comedy is derivative of some form of pain. And I'm in a constant state of pain. Why do you think I laugh so much? Sorry, let's get back to this, why don't we? Oh well, let's go get something to eat. I'm totally starved. She led me out of the room before I even had the chance to respond. The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I felt were the tables were skittish, wide-eyed first years. Stepped into the line behind May, taking an empty plastic tray. We shuffled through asking for help from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, May led me straight to the table in the back where a few students were already sitting. May sat down, I too took a seat across from her. Hi May, how was your break? It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. My dad fell off the jet ski and broke his ankle. Ooh, sorry fam. It's better now though. Oh. I gotta come up with different voices? Oh no! Okay, this is gonna be your voice now. Red-eyed girl. Oh my god, they're blinking! Technology! I expected to be introduced to the girl, but the girl turned back to a group of her friends and May turned back to me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me in a practically minute-by-minute account about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on a beach. It didn't go more further than a few salty kisses. Disgusting! I sat back and let May talk. For the first time since arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. I picked up my Brussels sprouts and studied May as she spoke. This is the worst fictional character. She eats Brussels sprouts. What kind of filthy normie eats Brussels sprouts? The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her. She had a high, songbird voice.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting in a way that exaggerated her expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She intimidated people in wildly unflattering voice. Excuse me, what? No, I don't want to allow things to make changes to my computer. Wait. No, I missed important character development! But most notably, she talked. A lot. I didn't find this particularly annoying as it filled the silence, and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. Just as May rounded off a shockingly detailed account about the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of familiar green caught my eye. I glanced over. Hey! That's him! You are my only friend, blue background. You are my only companion in this time of darkness. Yep, that's him, alright. Huh? Who? I leaned across the table to whisper just in case you could hear me through the ambient chatter of the classroom. The boy from the train! That's him!
What?
Jared? I knew it! I am a genius! Yeah, the weird green jacket and the swoopy hair. He just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye. Oh, you. I looked up at him and suddenly realized he was talking to me.
Hana.
I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you? Really well. I found my roommate and she's been helping me out a lot. I gestured to May, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. People stopped eating and turned to stare at Jared and me, my shoulders bunched up around my neck. Well, if you ever need help, I'll be around. 3rd year, right? I nodded.
Alright.
Some of my friends are in that year. Of course, they can't compare to me, but I'll give you some heads up to look out for you. He flashed a dazzling smile and then winked. It's the least I can do for such a cute girl. Well, see you around. I watched a torrent of thoughts raging through my head as I took a seat next to a bunch of guys who were all wearing the same jacket. Hey, you okay, May? That's Jared! She tore her eyes away and looked at me.
So cute.
He's the most beautiful guy in the school.
Oh, Jared.
I can't believe he just looked at me. Yeah, I'll admit I can appreciate a man who's got jaw lines, all right? Unlike Leafy. Chin game weak, boy. Why do they all wear those jackets? Aren't all the guys supposed to wear blue blazers as a part of their uniform? No, they're allowed to. They're... You know, Jared? The girl turned back around and was looking at me with sudden interest. Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train a few minutes ago, so not really. We weren't friends or anything. But looking around, May and the girl were the only ones who were interested. Everyone seemed to be listening in. Oh, weren't the only ones. They seemed to be surprised when he was talking to me. Maybe a little white lie couldn't hurt. You know what? We've been recording for a while. I have gone through many existential crises. I've thought about him a lot. So you know what? We're gonna go ahead and bring this episode to a close. We'll go ahead and answer this question in the next episode. So yeah. That's gonna be it for episode 1. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.